chance to hear it, so let her tell it. People on the streets say Sabrina speaks. Tune into the show, she will let you know. Tell all your friends and family. Real talk is no joke. You get the news straight up from grassroots and concerns. You will hear some people gone. So tell all your friends to tune in to
Good evening, Cayman. I'm Sabrina Turner, and welcome to Sabrina Speaks, your daily dose of clarity, truth, and community insights. Every weekday from 5 to 6:30 p.m., we're tackling the issues that affect you, from national headlines to grassroots concerns. Whether you're in traffic or winding down your day, this is your chance to hear it straight and speak your truth. So buckle up, Cayman. We're not holding back.
This is the show. We gotta let you know. Now we got to go.
And now here's Sabrina.
Well, good afternoon, Cayman Islands. Good morning to our global family, and welcome to another episode of Sabrina Speaks. Yes, it's a 3-day weekend for us. You know that? It's a 3-day weekend. Let me get my links up here. Yeah, we're Voices of the Islands, conversations for the world, and the podcast where voices rise, stories unfold, and inspiration takes center stage. I'm your host, Sabrina. Welcome to the weekend. Yes, it's Friday. Wind Down Friday. Put your feet up because it's a 3-day weekend. A 3-day weekend. It's this weekend. Lots are going on. But I'm happy to have you all here with me this evening. And we're going to just be, I wouldn't say doing something a little different as we prepare for this weekend. There's so much going on. Remembrance and all that sort of stuff. But as the waves of Pirates Week roll in, and maybe you're prepared to honor our heroes this Remembrance Day, we're also making space this evening for a little storytelling, the kind that roots us, stretches us, and reminds us of who we are. A little later on, I will be joined by my guest tonight, a proud son of Cayman Brac. I know plenty of you all are going over on the jet in the next couple of hours, maybe in another hour. Yeah, a proud son of Cayman Brac, a Notary Public by day, and definitely storyteller. He has some tricks up his sleeve. I'll be joined by our very own Joshua Dilbert. Yes, he's the author of Brunswick on Toast, a tender intergenerational novel that explores grief, love, and the quiet resilience that binds families together. I told you this is Voices of the Islands, conversations for the world. Many a times our sister islands are left out, and I am so happy when I do get to link and showcase our brothers and sisters over there in the sister islands and showcase them here on this platform. You don't understand how happy I am when that happens. So I'm happy to be able to host Joshua this evening to tell us about his new book. It's an ebook, and we'll talk about his journey from the Brac to the bookshelves, and in this case, in the virtual space. Now, this inspiration, we are behind his writing and what it means to really tell Caymanian stories in a world that often overlooks small islands with big souls. So I want you to snuggle up, pour yourself something smooth, maybe call that friend. If you're a Bracker, call him and tell him Joshua's going to be on. Kick off your shoes and let's wind down with Joshua Dilbert in a few minutes. But you know what? The content you're about to hear, including any discussions or opinions from myself, my guests, or participants, is intended solely for general informational and entertainment purposes. It's not a substitute for professional legal, medical, or financial advice. And I encourage you to consult with a qualified professional. Yes, I request for a qualified professional for your specific concerns. Now, Bridge Media Limited and all its affiliates disclaims all liability for any decisions or actions taken in reliance on the information presented. please don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode, because we do send these reminders out, And thank you to all my new followers and subscribers. I can't thank you all enough. Just to let you know that we see you, we appreciate you, and without you, this space is not possible. Well, I told you, it's the weekend, and you want to know what type of weather. Marshall, I know it's cold where you are, and it's going to get colder. I see the weather report. Yeah. Now, did I save this? Let me do this. I see what's coming your way, my love. So this is going to be very interesting the next couple of days for you. So you gotta, I don't know what you go, whether or not you drink Milo or coffee or cocoa. Whatever it is, it's going to be cold your way, Marshall. But let me tell you what's going on here at the Cayman Islands for this weekend. Yes, good evening, my love. For this weekend, the synopsis calls for a light to moderate winds, along with slight to moderate seas are expected through the weekend over the Cayman area as a weak pressure gradient lingers over the Caribbean. Now, radar imagery shows isolated showers in and around the Cayman area drifting towards the northwest. Tonight called for partly cloudy skies with 30% chances of showers. Temperatures will fall to the upper 70 degrees Fahrenheit with winds will be light and variable. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Now, the high tide for today, there's a low tide at 5:14 this evening, and a high tide on 10:25 this evening. For tomorrow, the low tide will be at 5:02 in the morning, and high tide will be 12:06 p.m. Sunset outlook is for light to moderate winds and slight to moderate seas from tomorrow, along with a few afternoon showers through Sunday morning. So that's going to put a little kicker maybe to the festivities, but we got to be thankful. But there you have it. That's what you're going to be up for the weather over this weekend. Lots, like I say, is going on. We got a big weekend ahead, and we want to remind you of all of that's happening. So yeah, there you go. Remembrance Day service is happening on Sunday. Remember that. So the roads will be blocked. They're going to be blocked for tomorrow anyhow, maybe from tonight. But the ceremony, Remembrance Day, is Sunday. The public holiday is observed on a Monday, and there's going to be a parade and a ceremony. It's pretty short, to be honest. It starts at 10:45 on Sunday. And just to let you know, this is a gentle reminder in memory of Glarman Bobo Grant. Countryside Church of God invites you to a praise and worship service as we celebrate the life of Pastor Grant, that Bobo is so fondly known. That is happening on Sunday at 6:30, Countryside Church, 268 John McLean Drive in East End. Yeah, there we go. So there you have it so far with what's going on. Oh, in regards to what's happening in town this evening, there's Pan in the City, I think, supposed to be going on, something in town. But there's lots of going on. Just go on to the Pirates Week and the Department of Culture. Once you Google Pirates Week, all of the schedule there will be up there for you to keep in the know of what's happening this weekend. And just like that happenings, we got birthday shout outs as well. Connie Bonnie, I know yours is coming out tomorrow. Was my son DJ. Yeah, how old he could be now? Oh gosh, 32, 33. Good God. Yeah, his birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday when it comes in. Also, Enola Smith. Yeah, Enola went to school with me, class of 1990 again. Big shout outs to you on your birthday as well. She works at the Department of Education Services. Yeah, so she's celebrating her birthday. She's getting older. And Sunday the 9th, because we got a long weekend here, is Sylvia Wilkes. Everyone knows, another class of 1990 there. And Monday, public holiday. Desiree had to be so stush. Desiree's birthday is on Monday the 9th. That's Desiree Miles, as she's so fondly known by us. Happy birthday, my love. So all the fireworks are in your name, in your memory, in your honor, for this weekend. Happy birthday. It's going to be the public holiday. Remembrance Day is your birthday. I hope that you Have a wonderful day. And for all of you celebrating birthdays, yeah, having fun. There you have it. Hey, Connie Bonnie, good evening. Happy Friday, all. And for those winners who got that, I am going to arrange for delivery or pickup services for your gifts. I will be calling you so that we can arrange collections. Okay. So don't worry. Congratulations to Connie and Monica yesterday for being the winners of those fragrances from Ted Green. So I have your numbers. Well, Connie, I can get you here. You can WhatsApp me on 9368255, but I know how to get you anyhow. But Monica, you don't have to worry. So once I can get those, then I will definitely arrange over the weekend to get them to you. Marshall, welcome. Good evening to you. Happy Friday, Annie. And Damien, sure. Good evening, Damien. Happy weekend to you as well, and to everybody. Yes. So you get an early birthday present, Connie Bonnie. I spoke to Michelle last night. She was more composed after the show. I haven't heard from her to date as yet, but I know it is something with Michelle. I just ask us to keep her in our thoughts and prayers as she navigates. She and her family both navigate the tragic loss of her brother yesterday. That was really heart-wrenching. And so we have to just respect her at this time. Some people healed by talking, and that was just, something yesterday. So I did speak with her at length yesterday evening after the show, and our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family as they navigate this loss. Yeah. So there we have it. We're going to put the spotlight for those of you just joining us on our brother over there in the Brac, Joshua Dilbert, on this Wind Down Friday. He has an ebook that is out, and I featured a number of Caymanian authors here on this space, and I'm happy when I'm able to get those my brothers over there in the Brac to join us as well. And I was so happy. I'm happy to. There he is. I'm so happy that I've given him this opportunity. He's a huge fan of the CMR family, and definitely CMR, Sabrina Speaks. So when he reached out, could hear by the accent where he was from. He didn't even have to tell me he was from Cayman Brac, and that was before I did my own research. But it's amazing to have him showcase here and to appreciate and respect the space, and want to had a desire of being showcased here. And it is my pleasure to have him on. Yes, Marshall, it is. All of them people from class of 1990 are getting old. You? So what class you're from? You getting old too. You can be in denial all you want, Marshall. You're something else. But yeah. Yes, Annie, that was something yesterday. Yeah. But we just have to be there with her. Anne is saying condolences to Michelle. She's still going up, though, to Tampa with her family. She had these plans to go anyhow, but that flight may be a little earlier than expected for a different, total different. It's more solemn now. But we can just be here for her like we are for everybody. But to see that this space was her to go-to place yesterday, pretty much after she hung up from the call, she called this space. And that spoke volumes, because it just shows exactly the power of this space to just be there to share that with her. So here we go. As we wind into this Friday, without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome to the CMR platform. Let's bring in Mr. Joshua. Good evening, Joshua. Welcome to the show. How are you?
All right, I am fine. Very happy to be on the show. Very happy.
We're excited to have you here. We're busting at the seams. We like when we get our international guests from the Cayman Brac, you know.
Okay.
You guys are like international stars from over there, because it's good to have the space. It's good to have the space, but it's even more so to know that we're respected in that point, to be able to help to showcase persons like yourselves, and not make anything stop you. But welcome to our Wind Down Friday here, and let's just get to know you a little bit more. let's start with your roots. Like, you grew up here in Cayman Brac. Life took you somewhere. Let us know who you are.
All right. Well, I am. Well, like to me, I'm just a regular guy, I guess. I was born and raised in the Brac. Spent my entire life in the Brac. I went to the Creek and Spot Bay Primary School. Then I went to the Lehman E. Scott Senior High School. Graduated, and then been working on my career. But in the meantime, writing books to my heart's content.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So is that a pastime, or you really aspire to be like a full-time author? How did you get into knowing or finding that passion of wanting to be an author? Because you're also a Notary Public and a register officer as well. So you are doing lots of stuff.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I've been in Notary Public now for 8 years. October was 8 years.
Okay.
And it's still have the opportunity to do it. So I'm I feel very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
But where the writing started, I'd say about 2014 when I did my very first book called The Mordenham Acres.
Mm-hmm.
It just came into my head. Real, I know that's cliche. It's very cliche to say that as a writer. It just came to my head, but that's what happened with the very first book that I did, and I spent about a month writing it on paper,
Mm-hmm.
and then I typed it up, and then I put it to one side, planning to come back to it in maybe 2 or 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
and it sat there on my computer for a whole year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Before I found it and decided to publish it.
Okay.
Or find
So it
someone
was
to publish
done.
it, rather.
It was done. It just had to just get off of that shelf, that desk.
That's right. That's right. And the first book was published by Olympia Publishers in the UK, and it was published. And in January 2017, I went on to Radio Cayman and the Cayman Compass, to promote it. And then I wrote a second book and a third book, and now here we are. I have 7 altogether now. I know that we're going to touch on Brunswick primarily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Correct.
So we're going to get into that.
Sure. Well, you said right way into it. Tell us about this latest book that you have now. Let us talk about this Brunswick on Toast. What a title. Where did that come from?
Well, that came from an aunt of mine. She's deceased now, but there was an aunt of mine that used to say that very sarcastically, we're having Brunswick on toast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's where that title came from. My father always tells me about that story.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And I incorporated it into the title.
Now, the story follows Jennifer Ross through grief, love, and betrayal. What inspired her character?
I suppose I just wanted to come up with a character that was a strong, powerful working woman. She's educated. She went to university. She became a teacher. Then she became a school principal, and then she became a school district superintendent.
Mm-hmm.
And she was married, but some things happened there, and now she's a single mother. So I just wanted a strong, powerful female, I suppose. Plus, it makes for very good rating.
There you go. Oh, wow. Interesting gender to choose. Thank you very much for acknowledging that. Now, you span 3 generations in this under 100 pages. How did you approach writing such a layered story in a compact format the way you've done it? You hear me?
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Okay, I said you span 3
You're
generations
breaking up,
over.
Miss Sabrina.
I don't know. I haven't done anything different. Is it any better? Any better?
Or is better now? No.
Okay. Your story follows that spans over 3 generations. Then you managed to consolidate that into 100 pages. How were you able to write such a layered story in a compact format? How were you able to do that in such a compact format?
Well, I just enjoy doing short stories. To be honest, the older I get, I just don't really have the time or the inclination to do a 300-400 page book. I just like doing the shorter stories.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just get it over with, get it out.
I just like doing short stories. I just try and do everything in maybe 70 to 100 pages and call it a day.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Get it out. Get it over with. Now there's a quiet strength in even the way the characters navigate loss and healing. Was that drawn from personal experience or just what you've observed over your time of growing up?
That just really from observation.
Okay, from observation.
Throughout this community, this little community here in Brac, we have a lot of deaths.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of deaths in the Brac every year. I'd say about 15 to 20 every year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess I draw from that.
Okay. Now let's just take a look into your Caymanian identity and, the whole aspect of literacy voice. How important is it for you to write stories rooted in Caymanian culture and experience? How important is that to you?
You can repeat the question, please?
Sure. How important is it for you? Yeah. To write stories rooted in Caymanian culture.
Oh, well, that's very important to me. Actually, my 3rd and 4th book, I have one called The Prodigal Caymanian, and the other is Vanilla and Vinegar. That's actually set in the Cayman Islands.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do other books that are also set in the Cayman Islands as well. But I think that it's really important that we touch on that because, we have a lot to offer. We might be tiny. All 3 islands are tiny. Grand Cayman is tiny, and the Brac is even tinier. But we have a lot to offer, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So do you feel that there's enough space for local authors or let's say literary? How do you feel about this space here that we're making up of local authors in a literacy landscape? Do you feel there's enough space for them?
I think so. I mean, I feel that there's space for everyone who wants to write something. There's a whole big wide world out there. You just have to figure out how to nudge yourself in and try and make a name for yourself. I'm still trying though. I haven't given up.
Right. You know that there's a content creator that will be in the CMR space TV.com, our family, one of the independent content creators, and Nikki Brown. She has been on this platform numerous of times, and she's going to have a segment that is right up your alley. If you don't mind, I will share your details with her so that you can actually possibly just delve in because she wants to do something all on books. I think that is part of her content creator that she's going to have an independent show here on this platform on the cmrtv.com, So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can send contact details along, and I think that's very exciting. I've seen Aniki on the program. She was talking about insurance, right?
Yes, and then she came
Yeah,
on
they were
to
very interested in. I enjoyed
correct.
that very much.
Right. And she's an artisan herself. She also does poetry. And I think when I was reading about you and preparing for this, and then of course we spoke, I said, he would be an ideal person to connect with a Nikki Brown. And that's going to happen. I'm going to make that happen for you.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that very much.
Now, what do you hope? Joshua, what do you hope? And for those just joining us, good evening and welcome to Wind Down Friday here, this 3-day long weekend in the Cayman Islands. Lots going on. And for those who didn't travel and they're staying with us to take in our Pirates Week and all the events that are happening, we decided to just take a virtual spin over to our sister islands, Cayman Brac, and we're speaking with Joshua Dilbert today, who is telling us about his latest ebook, and we're getting to know him a little bit better. So for those of you who wanted to know exactly who I'm speaking to, this is Mr. Joshua Dilbert, and he is from Cayman Brac. You see, we got a comment here from Miss Marjorie Bancroft. She says, I love Brunswick with crackers.
I can't say that I'm really a big fan of Brunswick, but I know a lot of people that are. My father loves sardines very much. He loves it.
So Brunswick is the brand, but in actual fact, it is sardines.
It is.
Now, Joshua, what do you hope for anyone? Your books are not, this particular book is not on any shelves because you've done an electronic version. It's an ebook, right?
It is.
How did you come to that decision now to change the way you actually get it out in the market versus just doing a paperback, a hardback, whatever, to actually physically put on a shelf? How did you come to that decision for this particular book?
Well, that is an excellent question. My first 4 books were both print and ebook. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have not had a whole lot of success with the print books. It's just pulling teeth to get them stocked anywhere. I mean, I have emailed everywhere, various supermarkets, various of the big businesses throughout the Cayman Islands, and I have not had a whole lot of success. Mm-hmm. So I've decided to shift in a completely different avenue and do an ebook because it's minimal cost to get that together. Mm-hmm. And, I can send that to anybody in the world, really. Mm-hmm. And they can buy it through Amazon Kindle, and it's very easy. Mm-hmm. I feel.
Do you feel now, this is why I had asked the question about support pretty much for local authors. It's one thing of writing a piece, marketing it, and then actually generating some form of income, getting it actually into people's hands. That's where that question was derived as to whether or not the landscape here, one for authors, but authors in its totality of even being able to showcase your work. And here you are, you chose a digital platform. Have you seen a difference in the digital platform way of marketing this book versus the ones that you're experienced having challenges in getting it on retail stores shelves?
Well, it's too early to tell. I mean, the book was only released the end of October.
Okay, so it's still very, very, oh gosh.
Very new. And
yeah.
But I'm hoping, that as time goes along,
you will see it
successful with that.
Now, for personally, even though you're an author, are you one of those that prefer ebooks or you want to actually hold to turn the leaves? What type of a reader are you? Do you have a preference?
Honestly, no, I really don't have a big preference. I'll read a regular print book. And I'll read the ebook. The ebooks are actually, the upside on the ebooks is I can go on to Kindle and I can search for whatever. And once you pay the money, you have the book there, and you can read through it as many times as you like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I also enjoy the print book thing, getting a book and flicking through the pages and whatnot.
There we go.
There's no real preference.
Now, somebody actually purchased your book right now. What do you hope readers, especially young Caymanians, take away from your book? Or it doesn't matter the age group. What is the biggest takeaway you would expect persons to get once they read your book?
That I did a good job. You know, well, I just hope that they enjoy it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want, if you come home in the evening and you want something to do, or you want to be uplifted somehow, I really hope that I can help with that.
There you go. Now, what's next for you, Joshua? Any new writing projects on the horizon?
Well, you're touching on Brunswick on Toast, but I actually have 3 titles out right now.
This is your opportunity. I'm not limiting your conversation. This is your opportunity, because these books you have available, your contact details and all that sort of stuff. I am willing to accommodate you to even break down all the other ones, because in the event that no one has heard about Joshua Dilbert, today is an opportunity for you to just give us, I'm not rushing you. I'm giving you an opportunity to give us an idea, to talk about all of the books that you've written. This is the most latest release. It's in electronic form, but you have other books that you've written. And let's hope that we're going to break that, and we're going to see positive returns now, and persons will reach out to you to hear more about the books that you've written in the past. So break it down to us of all the other ones that you've done before. Tell us about them.
Okay, you want me to start from the beginning, or?
That's totally up to you.
Okay, well, I'll start with the newest 3, and then we'll kind of work our way down.
Okay.
Like I said, we touched on Brunswick on Toast. I have another one called Rosette Square.
Mm-hmm.
That is about a girl who aspires to be a model, and she takes this job with this nightclub owner who has promised her the whole world and then some. And then somewhere down the line, she's come to realize that he's a predator, R. Kelly, a Diddy in the making.
Oh, wow.
And and then she kind of has to navigate her way out of that, and then she ends up with the less than desirable husband eventually, and she has to navigate her way out of that. So like I said, just female figure, strong single female figure.
Mm-hmm.
That one as well. And the also I have the When the World Fell Silent, and that's about an elderly lady who has to contend with her family members passing away.
Oh.
Her husband dies, and her favorite nephew dies, and she regards him as a son because she never had any biological children.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say as little as possible without giving everything away.
I know it's hard. It has to be hard, but you have to extrapolate little pieces to spark my interest, then to well, what's the sense of buying the book? He just told me exactly the start to finish, but you would just want a synopsis. And because your books are really not that long, it's hard to really just give us little nuggets that will spark an interest, and to say, I'm going to get that book because I want to hear exactly what or how it ended. So it's going to be interesting.
And these most, yes, it is. But these most recent books, I had a little help with these thanks to AI.
Okay.
And we were talking about that this week. Initially, when I first heard about AI, I didn't pay it any mind. It was just like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
And then as time went on, I used it to make some flyers, and someone asked me to do up a loan agreement, and someone asked me to do up a land purchase agreement, and I used AI to get the documents done. And then there was a little fear, or there's still a little fear rather, that AI is going to take people's job away from them.
Mm-hmm.
That in the next couple of years, we're all going to be lined up in front of Department of Financial Assistance to get the 1500.
That's the fair. That's the fair.
That's the big fear, and that all of our degrees and all of our certificates, they aren't going to mean a hill of beans.
Mm-hmm.
AI is just going to swoop in and take all of our jobs away. But I went to a work conference recently, and I have been assured that AI is not our enemy, but it's our friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make life so much easier for us in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really think about AI can't do anything on its own.
Correct.
Somebody has to be in there giving it input. AI can't do anything on its own. You have to be a ChatGPT. You have to tell it something in order for it to work.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So maybe we don't have to worry too much about job loss.
All right. So for these last 3 novels or books, you used AI helped you.
I did. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. When the books were finished, I put them through AI. It told me of all the strengths. It told me of all the weaknesses. It told me about the common themes. It told me about what you can do to increase momentum. Stop rambling on and on about the girl eats the steak and the steak has peppercorns on it. And that's slowing the momentum down. You have to keep the pace going. And I learned a lot from it as well.
Okay. And go ahead.
And once I did what it told me and I was satisfied with it, I went on to Kindle Direct Publishing. And they have a program you can download and you can format everything yourself. And I did that. And the cover, all 3 covers were done through AI as well. So it has been really a great help.
Okay. And do you... Okay. Can you bring your camera down just a little bit? Just a little bit so we can... Yeah, there, perfect. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So tell us more about the other books now without giving away any of the secrets, and your contact details as well, so that for these ones that you have that are available to be purchased, they can purchase directly from you at this time, I'm getting.
Well, they can go on Amazon Kindle and buy it.
No, that is the Brunswick, but the other ones that you are speaking about now, because you want to tell us about the other ones that you've written.
Oh, okay. Well, everything is based on Amazon. All 7.
Oh, okay.
Are there?
Gotcha.
All 7 are in ebook, and to my knowledge, the first 4 are still, available in print.
Okay, well, tell us about those. All of them that are available. Do they search by you for name, or is it best for us to share the titles with them? We're trying to get you out here, Joshua. So you have the information. This is your opportunity. We are a conduit to showcase you. So this is your opportunity to tell us about your books and to let people know where they can find them.
Okay. The books, well, like I said, are on Amazon. You can get the print book through there, and my contact details. Well, let's get the contact details first before we forget that. My email is jjdilbert2011@gmail.com. And my cell phone number is 939-9351.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to repeat it again, or?
No, it's 939-9351. And your
correct.
email, which I'll post at the end of this show so I don't clog up some of the stuff, is jjdilbert2011@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. So the titles of your books now.
All right. The first one that I ever did is called The Mordenham Acres. And, well, actually, I have to kind of go off into a different little topic here. That was written initially under a pen name.
Mm.
And that pen name is Brad Tarlim. And I have one person on the Brac, every time they see me, they still call me Brad Tarlim. I'm not going to say who it is, but every time they see me, they shout that out to me.
Okay.
And like I said, that was the one that was published under Olympia Publishers. But after about a year or two, they wrote me a letter stating that the sales were not that great and they were releasing themselves of any involvement. And I published it again under my own name.
Okay.
And I was actually told by someone in the Brac, Joshua, you are doing yourself a tremendous disservice by using this pen name. Put your own name to it.
Mm.
So for the lesson learned. And for the second book, I used my own name and all the other books thereafter.
Okay.
And when the first book came out, I got a lot of feedback. And actually all the books, I got a lot of feedback on them. Someone told me that, my first book, that was a bedtime story for their child. Their child wouldn't go to sleep unless that book was read to them.
Okay.
I was also told that, one parent made their child do a book report on it. I was also told that my books were being read by inmates in Northward Prison.
Okay.
Somebody did tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I've never been there. I don't intend to ever go there, so I don't know. I can't prove or disprove that, but I was told that.
But it means you have an audience. You just lack the way of marketing, and this is a way of getting you out there. And maybe that is one of the things that we are lacking here with, or in yourself, and aligning with networking with other persons who are in the industry that may actually be able to do referrals or make references and all that sort of stuff. I know there is a young lady, Miss Carrico, who has also assisted, who's very instrumental as well. But Miss Nikki Brown, I know, is big into books, and she is wanting to do, like I said earlier on, something with the book club. So this is something that I think you need to do not let the Brac limit you for whatever reason. You can act. There are people right here in the Cayman Islands that are doing this, that if you're having the right conversations, Joshua, I think none of those books should go to making you feel as though, I question yourself or question your ability or your writing style. I feel where you're lacking is that you are lacking getting the message out, being able to promote, being able to market. I think that's where you're cutting yourself short.
Well, that is the thing. It's very easy to get a book out there, and even more so now in 2025 than it was back 2017, 2016. It's a lot easier now. Mm-hmm. But, getting yourself out there is the challenge.
Mm-hmm. Have you had like any book signing evenings where, you may have to come down and team up or meet somewhere, do a little promo where you just have like a tea time somewhere just to get it out, engage, interact with persons? Because there may be a lot of persons that enjoy reading that has never really heard about you like this now. And not only that, they may have heard about one book, but totally got lost for the others?
Well, I have done book signings before at the Georgetown Library over the years. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they had, like book fairs, and I got to talk to um, Elke Fior.
Mm-hmm.
She's a local author. Well, she lives in the States now, but she's a Caymanian, and she was the one I believe that planned this book fair that I went to.
Okay.
And and I was able to interact with other local authors. I didn't realize there was so many of them.
There are a lot. Yeah. I just think you're not in the circle where you can actually exchange these. And apparently there are a lot of people that meet like here in Grand Cayman to go over books that they've read. There are a lot. Maybe this is the beginning for you to start something in the Brac, an extension.
I'm learning as I go along. Life is a learning experience, and I'm just taking life day by day, whatever comes. That's
You have
how
a
I feel.
question. You have a question from Miss Gina Wilson, who's one of the commenters on the platform. Joshua, are you the son of Junior Dilbert? You sure sound like him.
Yes, I am. I am his son. I get
Now,
that a lot.
That Caymanian, because they are able to even do that by sound. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I get that a lot. A lot. I am his son.
Yeah. Now, Joshua, tell us some more about the other books, even if it's just their titles. I'm trying to get you out here this evening.
Okay, and all right. So I touched on the Mornham Acres, and the second book was Sarma. That was about a planet, and there was a war. It was kind of a science fiction thing, there was a war and there was a metamorphosis, again, trying not to give away too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third book was Vanilla and Vinegar, and that was about a guy that gets into numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know numbers is a big thing in Cayman. It's illegal, but it's still going on. It's still going on, and everyone knows it. And in the referendum, there was an overwhelming yes for
Mm-hmm.
the lottery, and we'll just have to see if the new government will accept that or not
As a mandate. Mm-hmm.
as a mandate. But this guy gets into numbers, and there's a police investigation and whatnot. So that's a very interesting story there.
All righty.
And various places throughout the Cayman Islands are brought up. I talk about different places on the Brac. I think I mentioned buses in there, and I guess the supermarkets, all the landmarks of the Brac, I guess.
Okay. And the other ones?
And the fourth book is called The Prodigal Caymanian.
Okay.
It's it's loosely based on The Prodigal Son.
Mm-hmm.
And this young man, his father's getting in age. He served for many years as the district commissioner. The Brac has a district commissioner, the deputy district commissioner, for those of you that don't know. And, this man is retired, and he's trying to do some estate planning, I guess. And one of his sons says, "Give me my share now. I'm not going to wait until you die. I want my share now." And he gets his share, and he squanders his money.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to come back to daddy eventually. But like I said, you're gonna have to read the book and find out
the rest.
what transpires.
Okay.
And then I have the most recent books. But to be honest with you, The Prodigal Caymanian was done in 2021. I think it was the first part of 2021, and I'm just coming up with these other books now. So it was a 4-year period where I didn't publish anything.
Okay.
And I suppose I guess it's just life. During that time, I finished up a bachelor's degree in business administration. I did that online. And then I changed jobs. And then I built a home. And then
Congratulations.
thank you. I've been here almost a year now. I'm sitting in it right now.
Oh, good.
And I do hear a lot of talk that young Caymanians are struggling to build a home, and I've been told I'm one of the lucky ones.
You know, I've been
very lucky.
Yeah. But Joshua, I know you're here to talk about your book, but I would love, as a young Caymanian male, once you finish telling us about your books, and I'll repeat your contact details and but it would be interesting to hear from you, because that is also a huge mandate here in the Cayman Islands, where we have young people that are saying there's not enough access to owning a home and affordability owning one. And here you have actually pretty much hit that out of the ballpark. So once you're finished telling us about your book, if you don't mind, it would be very interesting to hear from, not too often we get young men on our platform. And this is why I feel that there's more to these layers with you this evening. And thank you for bringing that up. But I would love to hear a little bit more of what your journey was and your experience into being a young male, navigating this space, navigating life, and being able now to be in your home for the past year.
Oh, I would love to talk about that, actually.
Sure. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the part about your books, and we can switch over gears into maybe you may be inspiring young persons to not give up hope and share with us your journey.
Okay. And like I said, I built a home and I did some traveling. I went to England. I went to Barbados, Panama, Jamaica, New York, North Carolina, and I actually plan to go to the Bahamas in the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I've just been, living life. But I was doing writing, but it was, I wasn't really focused on it. And then once I got situated into my house, I decided to get back to writing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's been happening the past 4 years with me.
Okay. Now share with us, and I'm going to post how you can get a hold of Joshua Dilbert. I see where somebody's asking if you have a website or a website podcast or a podcast. So that was the question that they were asking.
I don't really have a website per se. I use Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. All right. And what I will be posting here for all of those persons that are commenting is sharing your contact details, which is jjdilbert2011@gmail.com. I'll be posting that in the link. jjdilbert2011@gmail.com. And it's 1345-939-9351, correct?
That's right.
Okay, there we go. So Joshua, congratulations to being a new home owner. Now you're going to see what life is all about, not to scare the bejeebers out of you. What was that experience like? Walk us through that.
Well, it was always my intention to build a home or buy a home. And, I was toying with the affordable homes. I was toying with that idea. Mm-hmm. But there was a cousin of mine that said, why don't you build something small? Why don't you build a tiny home?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be less bills. That would be a good thing for you,
mm-hmm.
financially and budget-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I really looked into it. I watched video after video after video on YouTube about the tiny homes, and I liked the idea. And and she sent me plans online, and I looked some up myself, and I chose the one that I felt would suit me best. And I got the plans made, and it went to planning. That took quite some time
Mm-hmm.
to get approved, but it did. It took several months. Well, and then by the time the plans were approved, I changed jobs. So I had to do the probation thing. And then when
Oh.
I got over that, I looked into getting the home built. And, I contacted some people, and some people didn't answer the phone. Some people said that they were busy. But there was one particular contractor that said, yes, sure, we'll do it.
Was it because of the size, you think? What square footage is your house? Because you're talking about a small home.
It is 672 square feet.
Okay.
It went. I told some coworkers of mine that, and they were like, "Joshua, are you sure about this? You sure that you even gonna be able to fit in there?" Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And like I said, when I got the contractor, I had to go.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go somewhere to get the financing,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to the good old credit union.
Mm-hmm. Shameless,
went there.
unsolicited plug.
I went there, and I got through with the financing with them, and the home was built in 7 months. And as it was building, I was coming here every other day,
Mm-hmm.
just to see the progress and to take pictures. It's very exciting, very, very exciting,
Mm-hmm.
choosing paint for the inside, and choosing the colors for the cupboards, and going to buy the fixtures. It's all very exciting, and the tiles and everything,
Uh-huh.
And then I'll never forget it, actually, the day that the house was finished. I drove here, and I went inside, and my contractor was by the kitchen area. They let a big thumbs up like this. I said,
nice.
"It passed?" I said, "Yeah, it passed."
Oh, wow.
And I'd say maybe about a week after that, I moved in.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been here ever since. I've been here since the 4th of January. I expected it to be maybe 2 or 3 days to move in, but I moved in pretty much the same day.
I guess you didn't have a lot of stuff.
I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. No, the older I get, I just can't stand clutter.
Okay. Smart.
But yeah, I suppose. And so I came with very little stuff. A lot of my stuff is still in my old room at my parents' home.
Oh, okay. So when you go, hold on now, you either leave home and go on your own. You're going to free up their spaces.
I've been told by a few people that a lot of their stuff is at their parents' house still, and they've been moving to their house or apartment for the longest time. So, and and for me, it wasn't a very big transition,
Mm-hmm.
because it was always the plan, and now, there's the annoying part of it. Like, I get a water bill every month, and a light bill, and
Reality hits. Reality strikes. You see what your parents are going through, but that's just life. And you're getting some positive feedback here, Joshua. I'm going to read this one. The real Michelle Teresa says, "Thank you," with a heart emoji, has Joshua, any thoughts of turning his story into monologue performances or short plays or films? What a wonderful contribution this young man is making to the community through storytelling. So it's either that Michelle has just joined us at a different point, but this happens, Joshua, as I told you, or she may have caught us. But this is the power of podcasting. So that is a question, whether or not you've had any thoughts of turning your stories into monologues or performances or short plays or films.
Well, I didn't really give it much thought, but that sounds. I would love for that to happen.
It's all in the power of networking, and see how we're showcasing, and you see how the Sabrina Speaks family are giving you ideas. Now, these are things that you can jot down, things to do. We got the cultural foundation here in the Cayman Islands. They got people who are skits, playwriters, and all that sort of stuff. You don't know, Joshua, where the sky's the limit can take you after this interview. And these are just ideas that are being planted here by the family and friends of Sabrina Speaks. And obviously people know you very well. Gina Wilson says, smart young man, start small. Don't be big eye. Young people, use Joshua as a good example. See there?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Miss Gina. Appreciate that very much.
Mm-hmm. Now, you were excited about choosing the colors, the tiles, looking at the craftsmanship for your cabinetry and all that sort of stuff. Were there any points in this entire transition that you doubted yourself to say, what am I doing? I should remain at home. What really pushed you to really own your own place versus just saying, look, I'm not even going to bother. It doesn't make sense. Because we're hearing this from so much young Caymanian saying, this place is not for me. I can't ever own a home. Is it because their aspirations are too big? You started small. You said your house is 672 square feet. And do you miss leaving the big home of your parents, or have you just adjusted to this space as a single young Caymanian person? And I'm quite sure the land is big enough that should your family grows, that you can extend, right? Do you feel any different living here versus what someone may be wanting, a 2,000 square foot, 1,600 square foot house? What's the difference?
Well, I've adjusted to this very well. I got adjusted to it very quickly. I think if anything, my parents, they were kind of sad in the beginning, but they've warmed up to it now. I mean, he's outside on the side patio there listening to this interview.
I'm quite sure they're proud of it. I'm
so,
sure
so he enjoys coming here very much. And regarding the size, this is the thing. 1,600 square feet, 2,000 square feet means a lot more bills. The more square footage you go, is the more bills you're going to get, and the higher bills you're going to get. So I said, and plus we're fighting inflation here. And that was really what triggered me to build a house when I saw that everything was going sky high. I said, my goodness, I'm going to have to make a shot at this now. And that was in like 2023. I said I really have to push this soon because, my contractor actually did say that the square footage price is going to have to go up because of inflation.
Right. But you didn't have a lot of that because you actually built to a size where you could have some of the best fixtures because you didn't go in square footage. And what has it been like? I know you've just been there a little bit under a year. Let's call it a year. What has it been like for maintenance, like the yard work and making sure that, do you have like any anxiety with the hurricane season we're in now, being a new homeowner? How has that been? Because it's one thing living with your parents or living in a rental place, but now this is your investment. You have a responsibility. How has that transition mentally and emotionally been for you?
Well, the hurricane scare the other day really did have me a little scared, but I have hurricane shutters No, hurricane windows and hurricane doors, rather.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't really a concern for me. It was just, what happens if the storm does come here and we end up getting the same fate that Jamaica got?
Yeah.
I
I think.
think that was really more the concern. It wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
the concern about the house being affected. It was how the house going to affect.
What was the most challenging part of, let's say, what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna make you talk and then.
No, because I realized there's a delay. There's a slight delay.
Oh yeah, I do recognize that now. But what I was saying, the storm didn't affect us too bad. But then, what do we have to face next year?
Oh yeah.
Years
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
Correct. Now, going through the entire process of working with credit union, that sort of stuff, what motivation or advice would you give to an aspiring person who dreams of owning their own home? What would you say is one of the biggest sacrifices that you'd have to make pretty much in order to bring that dream to a reality? Because it's one thing of building versus buying or renting. We don't really have a lot of leases here in Cayman, but did you have your own land or did you have to do both?
I had my own land.
Okay, there we go. So what advice or encouragement then would you give to a young person who is almost seeing that ability to own their own home, be it starting off as a townhouse or a single dwelling or a part of a duplex? What advice would you give to young persons who are feeling that we're just developing too fast and they don't have any hope? What advice would you give to any young person right now?
Well, I would have to say that, you have to save, you have to sacrifice, and saving is hard in this day and age. But, I would say even maybe go to buy the condo apartment route, to buy one of those, because, it depends on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind condo living, then go that route. But if you want your own house,
Mm-hmm.
it is with your own yard and whatnot, it is going to be more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But then again, Cayman Brac, the prices of land are lower.
Mm-hmm.
And they are increasing, but it's still lower than Grand Cayman.
By far.
By far. But I still think that it's in reach
Mm-hmm.
here, even though prices have gone up. But I don't know what to say about Grand Cayman, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. No, but in general about, persons just wanting to be homeowners, and especially young persons, you are example. And even you may have young persons over there in the Brac that may be saying, look, I don't want to start. I don't have the down payment. Or did you have to seek advice to see how to navigate? Like, what was the preparation like for going in to speak to the loans officer? What was that like?
Well, I just went to the credit union branch and I asked for an appointment, and the contractor gave me a quote, and I went in with that. And then I talked to the loans officer, and then they told me that I had to get life insurance and construction insurance and whatnot. And, that's where saving was really important, because I had to pay for a lot of stuff out of pocket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had to buy all the furniture out of pocket. I had to, put down for house insurance out of pocket. I had to get the land cleared out of pocket. It's a lot of money, guys.
Mm-hmm. But you prepared for this. And a lot of persons don't possibly factor in the upfront costs. Now, sometimes they may increase the borrowing amount in order to be able to cover all of that, because sometimes you can get furnitures in the cost, but then that only drives your mortgage up even more. So the more that you can actually fund on your own, the better it is at the end of the day. The real Michelle says the water bill must be insane.
Oh, it's not that insane. I would say my water bill is between $40 to $50 a month.
Okay, good. And you, I'm going to get into your business now. You don't have a family yet.
I don't know.
Okay, so you're a single Caymanian man, and I'm not putting you up yet because this is interesting. I'm not putting you. We're not advertising him. He hasn't given me permission to do that. But you can see this is a young man who has actually done very well and is doing very well for himself. Has built his own house, very small and modest house, navigating life, and he's single. Yeah, I'm doing that on this Remembrance Day weekend, Joshua. So your father probably killed me, but yeah, look, the possibilities are endless here on Sabrina Speaks. But just looking at utilities, do you find yourself then knowing that this is your responsibility to pay these bills, then to be more cognizant when you come out of a room to turn off a light because it's going to impact the utility bill? Are you watching even how you use your water? Definitely. And do you find yourself like inspecting the premises even more, like you're becoming your parents almost, because this is your investment? Have you found those changes in yourself?
Oh, very much so, very much so. I try to be very conscious with the lights. If I leave the room, I turn the lights off. I try to, be conserve the water. When I go to sleep, I turn all my lights off.
Okay, good for you.
Some people say I need to have the lights in the hallway on. I need to have the outdoor lights on. Like, no. When I go to sleep in darkness.
No, I think it is usually you have at least one Eve light on or something. No, Josh, come on. You just, unless you have a lamp close by, but you can't be that frugal, aka cheap, that you're going to go in total darkness now. It's not going to bump the bill up that much, but I think they know why. The hallway, I can understand that. But at least exterior, not to tell you how to run your own home. You got another comment there. Ha ha, I don't think this young man will be single much longer after this. You're an author, you're a Notary Public, you got a solid job, you're a proud owner of your own home, and kudos to you, Joshua. I think with all
Thank you very much.
yeah, but with all these networking opportunities, maybe I could be sitting in a theater one day and watching one of your stories pretty much being played out on stage with the connections you're going to make here. And this is why this is the power of spaces like this, because it opens your horizon. It broadens how you see life, how you see things, and opportunities definitely presents themselves to you that you probably did not realize was pretty much right there on your doorstep. So I'm really hoping that you sharing your personal story with us, and I'm not gonna wish on you right now. You take your time and you make sure you choose the right partner for yourself. I'm not gonna rush that, but I hope you know you're indebted to us now, because we can keep an update on you. You have to tell us every move you make.
All right, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I hope this isn't the last time I'm on here.
No, we
another shot again at this.
Yeah, we will keep up to date. And I have one, Madame La Rosa. I need to touch base with her as well. She's a Caymanian artist, of course, from the Brac as well. And I was thinking about her today. I need to see what she's doing. And it is my promise to the all young persons showcase here, that we keep up to speed with them. That's why we keep up with Ted Green yesterday, and we see what he's doing. I'm hoping with these discussions, because I never thought we would have gone into you being a homeowner and walking us through that conversation this evening, because we were talking about your books. And look at how this conversation led from one thing to the other, but more of inspiration, all the thing about young persons, and especially over there in the Sister Islands, there's nothing to do. And look at what you've done. You are an example, and there are other examples over there of young persons that are homeowners. And some may say, well, no, there's more to life than just owning a home. Here in the Cayman Islands, that's a huge win if you have your head on your shoulders. Now, to each his own. I mean, some may want to do travel. Some may want to travel before they actually invest in a home. They may have accommodations with their parents that, you know, they prefer to be home. But for somebody like yourself, even if you decided to go back home, that's a property that you could do an easy Airbnb. That's an income for you. You know, you can add it on. You can put on a duplex or something eventually. The sky's the limit. The key is you made a start. You didn't go with the 2,000 square foot, 1,000 square foot. You didn't do that. You cut your cloth to fit your needs, and it's affordable. That's the key.
Affordability was the key. Absolutely. And you don't need as much space as you think you do.
Right. That's why you leave all your stuff over by your parents' house. You wait till they're ready to clean you out.
Well, I still have that option too.
Well, let's go to the comments. Kudos to your parents for raising you with such drive and determination. There we go. Proud parents over there in the Brac this long weekend. This is what love looks like on our young people when grown with love. See there? Look at that. Look at that, Joshua. You didn't expect this response today. Oh, yeah, we got you good. She says, Gina says, Joshua, choose wisely, Joshua.
Most definitely.
Oh, I think they're going to want to know what happened to Joshua just because we put you out here as a single man with a house and ready to move. They're going, nuh-uh, you're going to be protected by the Sabrina Speaks family here now.
Well, I appreciate that very much.
You know, I said, Miss Sabrina, look at this picture. What do you think about her? I say, hold on, we got to take it to the board.
You know, my coworkers tell me that too.
Oh yeah,
take it to the board.
Got to take it to the board. You got a big board here now because we're gonna have to know who's gonna move into this house with you. We don't want nobody taking advantage of her, Joshua. Oh no. No. Like handbags, the bigger they are, the more you have to fill it. Yes, you're quite right. If you scale it down, you just take what you need, and quite fitting. But Joshua, this has been a very exciting conversation with you. And what's next for you? I mean, you got all the ideas here with networking. I'm definitely going to connect you up with Nikki Brown. I'll share your contact details, which is already out there, but I'll definitely have her. And she's a big fan of this podcast as well. Like I said, she's a part of the Sabrina Speaks family. And maybe I think after the Pirate Week celebrations, give them a couple days, and you may want to sit down and see or network with them to see if maybe they can, some playwright may want to actually showcase one of your books, because what you have shared with us that is in your books sounds like something that if that could be turned into a skit or something, could be big. Maybe Carafesta being showcased, like what people are saying, you could turn it into some monologue or something. The sky's the limit for you, you know. I don't think you realize what you're sitting on. That's a God-given talent that you have.
Well, I certainly do hope so. I mean, I think that would be an excellent thing if that could come together. And who knows, maybe it will.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna call all positive stuff for you. And I can see you part of that delegation of Carafesta. Yeah, you're gonna have to access some time off for work from work. Roxy Smith says she's watching. Very interesting conversation, and she loves the conversation. I that one from Cayman Brac East. Nicole Brown says, "Oh yeah, we are very proud of you. Thank you, Nicole." Dita, she's got a Brackers tuned in this evening, boy. Pull that camera down just a tad bit more. Pull it down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so even Nicole, everyone is so proud of you. So proud of you. Yeah, so tell us.
Yeah, but Miss Nicole has seen the journey, I'm sure. You know, And
Yep.
but I want to answer that other question regarding
Go ahead.
my parents. Yes, I have wonderful parents. I always did, and my mother was kind of strict growing up, and sometimes that kind of sucks sometimes. But when I look back now and the age that I've reached now, that really was a blessing.
It's your foundation.
It is, and I have an excellent mother and I have an excellent father, and yeah, my mother is actually from Jamaica. So I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it too.
Disciplinarian.
And my father's from here. Yeah, my father's from Cayman Brac. I'm from the creek. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe that little mixture there was,
It's a lot about the choices that you've personally made, because we've seen so much children as well come from solid foundations, and they just, for whatever reason, go into directions that sometimes you make you scratch your head. But you know what? You're an inspiration to so many young men and young women today, that I'm hoping that you are able, after this candid public conversation, that you're seeing that you have a lot more to offer than you're giving yourself credit for. We just need to align you with the right people, Joshua. And I think the sky's the limit for you, because people are acknowledging. I've seen someone was asking whether or not it was the Brunswick, the name of your book. So people knows about your work. And that's why that question was asked. Miss, is this the Brunswick sardine served on toast? See?
Exactly.
So people are aware of you. It's just that I think we need to showcase, you need to get it out there a little bit more, where we can actually, where people will see your work. And with you being able to partner with other book clubs, other groups and stuff, and the conversations are had. And the good thing with these podcasts, that long after we've ended today, and it is a long weekend, people will go back over this and be like, oh my gosh, really? That's what he is? And they're going to go looking up. That's key for your contact details to be out there. And for all those persons who want to get a hand on your latest books, your latest book, and any other books, that they will have your contact details, and hopefully you will see a difference in your sales moving forward. But we got Miss Shelma calling, our VIP. Good evening, Miss Shelma. How are you this evening? You're live on Sabrina Speaks.
Not too bad, but kudos to that young man. But sometime I saw him, I say he's my favorite singer from the Brac, Junior Dilbert. But asking if he can sing like his father, he was one of my favorite singers. I love to hear him singing, but he must be gave it up. But from time I saw him, when Gina asked the question, I say he got to be, I don't know him, but he got to be for Junior Dilbert.
See, he even got a visual DNA testers.
Yes, sir. And his father, I can't remember the song, but he used to sing a song that I had loved to hear him sing. That he had a beautiful voice. I do sing no more.
Right.
I tell him kudos to him, and like he said, you start out small and then come big, because these big old humongous homes and stuff, and then like he said, become. And by his water bill for one person is higher than mine, because it's 3 us up in him. And my water bill last month was $35.35.
Okay.
One time I had a big water bill, and that's because I had a leak. That that's like $489, but we did, because what happened, it won the toilet. And by the being on, you couldn't hardly hear the little
trickle.
whatever.
The trickle.
And, yes, and then when they come and soon came and checked, but he said it's not a leak outside, it must be somewhere in the house. And then when my son discovered it, he turned off the valve under the bottom, and we discovered. And then my light bill, the most it will go now, maybe it depends if I water stuff outside, maybe $56. Good thing, but my light bill going up to what used to be, but good thing I got small water bill. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I trying to hang in here, but I'm not here too much today. But girl, I tell you, I don't know. I went Foster's and I was like a chicken up and never without head because I even forget some of the stuff that I had to get because I tell you, and not my brother, they were same brother, but it's not my brother.
It's her
my
nephew. Mm-hmm.
My nephew, yeah, my sister's son.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Old Pierre, he's for my sister. I got 3 sisters, but he for the sister that I fall on. She's 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
She's sister, and I born in 54, so she's the one that I fall on. I'm actually, my mother had 8 children. I'm actually the 5th child. She had 4 older than me and 3 younger.
Mm.
But
Well,
that's
thank
so
you.
sad.
Our
Still
thoughts,
thinking,
yeah, we remembered you today at the beginning, and our thoughts are with you.
I'm horrible, so I call about Sandra. Now they call me, she forget me, Sandra, do like me.
No, she was aware. She was in a number of meetings today because it was she and I tried to have multiple conversations today, and she was just from one thing to the other. But I think it is not an oversight. And don't you worry, she will call you.
I don't know, my inside feels so nervous.
But I gave her an update on you, and I broke it down, and she is very hurt. She's very hurt.
You know, it's like a shock. I mean, I know we all have to die, but what I'm saying, if this child was sick, and, you know, we would expect it to get better, but to hear, I mean, in his state, because I could see him now when I get there the other day after I had been, but come on, Sheldon, give me a hug. And he got, and you know, his favorite song, I can't be able to listen to that because he used to kind of change up the lyrics. Yeah, I like the song about ram goat liver, the one that Sherwinton like, that was favorites. And then he know plenty of them, Deja and all of them guys from band. He got a huge bunch of friends because Deja was who played for his wedding, and that's how we can notice them. And then one other one named Courtesy and all them from Jamaica. Pierre had numerous friends. He's not because he's my nephew, but he was a well-loved child.
Yeah.
I tell you,
thank you.
And then young, Sabrina, 56-year-old man, not young.
Yeah.
Not old.
Yeah.
Starting late.
56, and he would be what, 57 on the 8th of December?
December 8th. And that was so close to his birthday, like a month and change away from his birthday.
Yeah.
My Lord.
But our thoughts and prayers are with you. Connie says
Yeah,
that she's glad hearing you, Miss Shelma. Everyone is actually sending their loves for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Talk to my sister.
My condolences to you, Michelle.
She says she knows it can be hard for her, but she kind of like accepting it because, like she said, it is life and these things do happen. But it's not hard when it happens. But at least she can. And they get her out the hospital, but she got to be very careful because she got heart thing. And the doctor tell her she got to be very careful because she dip out just like that because I tell you, she don't want to take the surgery and her heart is really bad.
Right. Well, thank you for the update so much, Mr. Dilbert. Joshua also extended his sincere condolences as well.
Yeah, I hear him. Thanks. And like I say, I don't know him, but I know his father. And I know Miss Patsy. Miss Patsy was Junior. I forget now what Miss Patsy was Junior, his mother or his aunt.
That's his sister. She actually came up with the Brunswick on Toast line. That was her.
I remember her good too. I had like her. She's a nice woman. Yeah, Miss Patsy. I know. And I don't know if Junior remember me, but I remember him. When I saw the picture come, I said, he could sing. He's a good singer.
He's listening to you. He's listening to you.
Yeah, well, tell him he raised a good son.
Oh,
thank you very much.
And like they say, you go far and you reach the stars, and
that's
then
right.
you probably reach the what do you call it, Mars.
There we go. Good to hear you
Like
smile, Miss Shelma.
Like my mother used to tell us, you can be whatever you want to be in life. You may have to fight hard, but you can. And if you want to be something, you can be it. And if you want to be Mr. Nothing, you can do it. That's what she used to tell us. So
there we go. Thank you, my love. Good hearing from you.
Good morals. She had 8 of us, and she taught us good things, but it was for us to take it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Michelle. Good hearing from you.
Thanks all on us for at least recognizing men.
Yeah. All right, my love. Keep the faith.
I remember about Pirate Week, or not, I'm not going out to nothing.
Yeah. All right, my love.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Someone is asking Joshua, as Miss Shelma asks, whether or not you can sing. Does Joshua have a singing voice?
No, not really.
He has the art, Judy. He has the art of writing, and hopefully he would be able to play with his vocal cords and put it into a monologue, because the emotions that comes out in your writing, Joshua, would actually, because you know where those emotions are coming from in order for you to put it into words. It would be very interesting for you actually being able to narrate your own, or even extrapolate a smaller portion of your books and put it into like poetry. That would be another good idea.
I've never really done poetry.
It would be interesting. You still get the essence of what your books are saying coming from the same emotional background, and then you just put it in a picture of words. Now, look, I'm not into these things, but that's why you got to get with the right crowd. But Judy, she was just hoping that those vocal DNA chords were actually passed on to you.
Oh no, not really. But
No, go ahead, my love.
regarding the books, you know, I started this, I think January 2017 was when I began publicizing the first book, and then, you know, I did the first 4 books within, you know, between 2017 and 2021, and then there was a long break, and I'm getting back to it now. But there were some challenges along the way. You know, I was, you know, trying to contact the big bookstores in the Cayman Islands and the supermarkets and whatnot. I really couldn't get through, and it was the little guys that helped me over the years. I know Pure Art had some books there for, and that's in Grand Cayman.
Right.
And Brack had the treasure chest. They had the book stock, and Crossroads General Store. The owner of that, I ran it past him, and he said, "Bring them."
Oh wow! Just like that.
Yes, ma'am. And in Little Cayman, I think it was the Seahorse Boutique that had them there for a little while, but I had to bring them in and kind of get it to them.
Okay.
I've never really had any of the big guys come forth and say, "Oh, we're gonna bring it in ourselves." You know, it can be pulling teeth to get stuff done in this place sometimes.
Right. But it's a learning experience. And like I said, the more you surround yourself, the more exposure you get out there, the more persons will possibly reach out to you privately to say, try this one. Or even if they don't contact you, you may be referred to someone. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg for you. I hope that it is a gateway for other opportunities to come your way. In regards to getting your work out there. And we would definitely like to keep up to date with you. And like I said, I will be giving your details to Nikki Brown. And then we can take it from there because of exactly what her podcast will be about. It's all about books and that sort of stuff because she loves reading as well. So for someone like that and her writing poetry, she, I'm quite sure, will have a network of people within her area. And you can reach out to the Cultural Foundation and to maybe even the Ministry of Culture and see exactly what other networking opportunities are available there for you.
Oh, okay. I never really thought that before, but...
And that's free advice.
But what else was I gonna see? Let's see, what else was I gonna see? It's yes, like I said, I'm really grateful to the little guys, you know, and I'm really happy that you have young Caymanians on. You know, I watched the interview there with Madame Nerosa. She's also from the Brac. And even yesterday with Ted Green, I mean, I had no idea that there was a Caymanian that had a that was doing fragrances and candles. I really didn't have any idea until yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yep.
learning more and more from this program, and like what I told you the other day, it really felt that this has been going on longer than 4 months. I couldn't believe it's only the end of June that just started. It felt
Yeah.
like it's been a long, long time.
Yep, only the 30th of June was the first day I made the debut, and here we are. And I think it feels that way because it's a daily show. It's not a weekly show. It's a daily show, and I show up. I have to actually find content, and I just got to make it work. And I felt that the success of this would be building a community, persons like yourself, who are loyal. We know that Nicole is loyal. We got a Cayman Brac crew like you wouldn't believe, even though they don't necessarily all the time call in or stuff like that. I know that they're there. And we've gotten fan base now straight over the region. We can say we are global. We get Australia, we got the UK. I got people even out in Fort Lauderdale plantation that is about birthday shout outs that I'll be doing is actually for persons that are not even here in Grand Cayman, but they're in the region, but they're loyal to this platform. So the main reason it feels like I've been here for a long time is because it's a daily show. I have to show up. I have to have meaningful discussion, but including you guys, Caymanians, showcasing our very own is why I feel that I am actually remaining relevant and having discussions that is sometimes quite difficult to have, but coming across in an informative way and putting my opinions aside in order to remain nonpartisan, to be able to be objective, to be neutral. My opinion does not matter in this space. I have a job to do, and in this case was to showcase you, and I'm not going to make you fail. It's my brand. It is my job to hold your hand, even if you're a little nervous. We were here to talk about your books. We were here to showcase you and look at how we pivot this to include two things, to be a space where you're motivating, encouraging, inspiring. You have an excellent background story. And just for the record, for everyone in tune, this has been ad-libbed. He has no questions, and this has just come off the spur of the moment. So this isn't rehearsed, which is why I told you the only one can sell you is you. And look at how that resonated with people, Joshua. People wanted to hear your story. They want to hear your story, and I can't sell your story like you. And this will in turn yield for sales in your books, because what you have been able to let us into knowing who you are as an individual will be a reflection in your penmanship, in how you actually articulate. We get into your space to see that creative side, even though it's not in singing, it's in writing. We would be able to see that in your work, but we need to get your work into people's hands. We need people to go onto Amazon. We need them to go on and to support you. And this is why this space is here.
I'm very happy that it is, because I really enjoy listening to the program. I've listened to it every single day, just about since it started. And I hope it continues for a long, long time.
No, thank you so much. There, Connie Bonnie. Well done, Joshua. She's giving you a round of applause. There you
Thank
go.
you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a long weekend in the Brac. What do you got planned?
Oh, I don't have really very many plans. It's just be a quiet weekend.
You got a house, you got bills to pay.
Well, true. But regarding the books, especially all the books, they've touched on life experiences, I suppose. In the most recent book, When the World Went Silent, I touched on my trip that I made to Barbados. Because Lena and her family go to Barbados, I think it's sometime after her nephew dies. He dies in a car accident. And there was a very bad car accident in the Brack a few years ago, and that kind of drew inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually kind of there when the police were trying to investigate to figure out what happened and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Brack is a hell of a place. There's a lot of strange circumstances that have occurred. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And people kind of say to me, that are living in Grand Cayman, is like, Joshua, you don't have accidents very often, but when there is an accident, it's always fatal.
It's true. It's very few live to tell the tale.
It's very fatal. We had one, I think, even a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yep, it is.
But like I said with this book, when the world went silent, I keep saying it so that people don't get confused. She goes to Barbados, and the same places she went was the same places I went, Bathsheba and Hunts Gardens. That was when the Caymanian flight was running.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to give my mother a retirement trip.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, because she worked very hard. She worked at the Cayman Brac Daycare Center for 20 years. A lot of people on the Brac know her from there. She went to work diligently for 20 years. And my father worked hard as well. He was the credit union branch manager here for 18 years. He worked very hard. He worked at Barclays Bank when it was here. My parents have worked very hard. And my mom has worked very hard. I said I was going to give her a retirement trip. We went to Barbados, and I kind of touched on what we did when we were here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's life experiences that I've touched on. A lot of it is made up too, but some of it is life experience. I'm sure that some people, when they read the books, they'll realize.
You can identify. It's relatable. Mm-hmm.
See where he's getting this from. But the most recent three books I am especially proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of AI, but because I feel that it will show how I progressed with my writing over the years.
Right.
And when I actually did put all these books through AI, I actually did end up doing the subscription because I was tired of getting you've run out of such and such, you got to wait until tomorrow to use it again. I'm like, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to pay the subscription. And and it's not books alone. You can use it for anything, really.
Correct. There you go.
You're a very good friend to me the last number of months.
Well, there you go. Any final thoughts, closing remarks? Huge thank you to you being able to come on our show. But this is an opportunity for you to, in a wrap up, it's your final thoughts. What would you like to leave with our viewing and listening? Because we know that they're viewing. We know that they can listen. Some of them do their housework too. Audience here this evening.
Well, once again, I want to thank you very much, Ms. Sabrina, for having me on your program. And I've said several times how much I've enjoyed it and how much I want to see continue for a long, long time to come. And, I'm just, trying to do the best that I can in life, I guess. If I see something that I want, I don't stop until I get it. That's how I feel about it. And, I can't believe that it's been 4 years since I published anything. That's a whole election season there.
Yeah, it's true.
No pun intended. But, I'm just going to keep doing my best, like what Barris Hammond sings about. I'm going to do my best, and Buju Banda, that song there. I'm going to do my best.
That's right.
hmm
Well, I must
That's
tell
all
you,
we have to say.
that's all you got. That's
And
it.
just keep elevating and keep doing the best that I can.
Mhm. Well, Joshua, it was indeed a pleasure speaking with you on this Wind Down Friday. And thank you for sharing and being so candid with us, giving us a little glimpse into your life, for being so open. And I want to wish you nothing but success. And we will definitely keep in touch. And we will definitely keep tabs on your other department of life.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah, we keep it. And I know we got one Nadeem Connie. She fast. She can keep it up too. And I think Miss
Okay.
Gina, yeah. We go on know what's going on in your life. But yeah, Gina too. Yeah. We gotta make sure we keep up to date with you. But Joshua, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for reaching out as well. And it has been my honor to host you here this evening to showcase your work, to give you an opportunity to promote yourself and let us know exactly the talent that we have around us. It's just, where's the space to showcase you? And I'm looking for great things to come back with the networking opportunities that I will set you off on. And you just keep humble, continue to keep focus, and never give up. We got another thing here from Miss Judy. Joshua has been a lovely feature. Congrats to his parents. So happy he has a story to share based on parents being functional under the same roof, and that he has succeeded and will continue. Look forward to reading his books. There you go. See there?
Okay. Oh, and by the way,
See?
I've made the books very affordable. The newer books are $3.89 US, and the older books are $2.99. Very affordable.
Oh, wow, Joshua. You think maybe you got them too cheap by they're not selling?
Well, in the past, I had them for a lot more than that.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying, because sometimes that actually it's hard to strike a balance. Not being a professional in sales here, but having ran multiple businesses, I have seen that even underpricing yourself, and then people go for a more expensive person because of location, but then they get crappy advice, and then they come to me lower, and they'll be like, "No, the price is too cheap," but yet I give the results. You need some guidance. But yeah, thank you for sharing the prices with us. Yeah, I think you don't want to undervalue your work either, because that's another part in developing your brand and protecting your product. I just feel that at the end of the day, it's not necessarily a price point. It was actually you weren't out there enough. So that's something maybe with the persons that we're going to recommend you to or refer you to. They may have persons in that field that would be more beneficial and guidance to you than I would ever. And all the tips and stuff that I've shared here on this space, as I've shared with you today, is based on learned experiences for having multiple business. And I've learned it the hard way. So yeah, never underbid your work. You're diluting your brand. But there's all lessons to learn. All lessons to learn. But yeah, thank you so much. But Miss Judy is looking forward to your book, and I'm quite sure you will get a response from this on Amazon, and your contact details, which I'll post again after this podcast ends, so that persons can reach out to you directly. But it has been a pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend. This will not be the last time we're speaking to you, and I wish you nothing but success in the future.
All right, thank you very much. I was kind of nervous in the beginning. I don't understand why, but
I know.
it turned out very well. Very well.
We told you. It's like a wedding. Hear me now. It's like a wedding. You get all nervous leading up to it. You go through the ceremony. You have vague memories. Then you're just making sure everything goes perfect. And then the reception comes, and then it's all over, and you're like, huh? So what the heck was I nervous for?
Well,
Now, what an analogy. What an example. Oh, and for the record, he's single.
okay. Yes, I am.
Have a good evening, Joshua. Take
All
care.
right, you too, Sabrina. All right.
There you go. You see how much trouble I am. Oh my God. But it's going to be interesting. Such a gentleman. I want to thank Joshua for sharing with us. And yes, I'm going to end a little early this evening. It's a long weekend. We got people to see and places to go. It has been a pleasure bringing you another episode of Sabrina Speaks right here on CMRTV.com. Yeah. And I'm hoping really that all of you will go out and support our national events and definitely remember the Memorial Day celebrations that are happening on Sunday. And you participate in all of the events that are happening. I intend to go out tomorrow for sure and partake in some of the delicious Cayman style lobster. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And I'm not a turtle meat person. I really don't fool with meat. But Miss Ruth, I need to find you. Yep. Yes, he is, Ethel. You something else. You see that? Oh my God, I got myself in trouble. Joshua, they're coming out of the woodworks. Joshua is single, Ethel. Yes, he's single. He's in the Brac. Fine young man. Very smart. And he's an author as well. So yeah, I said it. But look, yeah, you got to go through the Sabrina Speaks board first to meet our approval. Yeah, he's going to have one of the biggest weddings when he do finally decide to do it, if he does it locally, or he'll have a destination wedding to keep the numbers down at this rate. But yes, Ethel, he's single. On this Friday, we showcased a single bachelor over there in the Brac. But Joshua, thank you for sharing your heart, your story, and your voice with us tonight. And his latest book is Brunswick and Toast. Is more than just a book. It's a reminder that even our smallest moments, there's power, poetry, and purpose. And there's so much packed into him right there. There's so much. And I'm really hoping for great things to come out for him. Definitely. So as we head into the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, this long weekend, may we carry that spirit with us. Celebrating our culture. During Pirates Week and honoring our heroes this Remembrance Day. Good evening, Miss Shelma. Welcome back.
Hey, see where you going?
Yeah, I noticed it.
They got it fishing around, boy. But tell him, do what my mama used to say, shop around. Don't go up first thing come.
That's
make
right.
Sure you make right choice.
That's right. Well, Gina,
I can remember. I know you're a pirate. The first thing I can remember seeing you now coming down to when you first get with your husband, you and him, that pirate week coming out going through that shortcut back on dog song. Yep. I used to be sorry, and I said, look at Sabrina. God. I remember that. You remember? Oh, yeah. Time I used to be there by Georgette. And I said, Georgette, look here, I'm coming here. And I see I turned the corner there by that Ebenezer, wherever it means that church. I said, look at Sabrina, she dressed to kill. Real pirate.
Oh, yeah. And I love it.
And your husband behind you.
Yep.
He won't leave boyfriend and fiance.
And I pulled him along with me.
I remember.
Oh, God. I love a good street dance. Oh, yeah. I make no apologies for that.
Yeah, well, catch Root or if you don't get no lobster from Root, look for what's she named? I don't know. She's Susie from the town. She cooks good too. She be up there. They must be up there by Royal Bank. I don't know where they're going to be. How they have it out.
All right.
That's good food too.
But that's what I'm on the hunt for. That's what I'm on the hunt for. Yeah. But thank you.
Okay, man. But some people don't. I don't know cook, but I can cook it good. But some of these called Cayman style lobster. That would be.
Miss Gina is saying it better be cooked by a Caymanian. Oh yeah, Gina. And Jenny's saying, go ahead.
I do it to fry lobster, but I don't like to see it white. I got one thing that they call the whole. It's a seasoning. You can put it in salads. It's any type of seafood. But it looks like curry, but it's not curry. Okay. It's not a curry powder. I get it from Brown Tampa. We used to get it from I forget what store when the Albertsons. We used to get it from the Albertsons, but all them closed.
Right.
And then I start finding it in one of the Spanish place named Mi País. Then it had went out from there, and then I get my sister husband before he died. He found it Bravo. and they get meat because they got 3 sizes in it, but I don't see it wrong here, but it's a fish and a seafood.
Okay.
And I do my shrimp. They love my shrimp because it looks like the curry, and then I put them in I use the cocktail sauce, you know, for my, but it's not curry, but it gives them a pretty color. I don't like to see, it either got something like, like my chicken and thing, it got to be brown. I don't like white chicken.
Correct.
And I like, you know.
That's a Caribbean thing, though. That's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah, but look for 2 of them.
Susie or Miss Ruth?
Not Miss Ruth, it is Susie.
That's right.
Married. I think she married the little one because they have the 2 guys that got black and white. I think she married the waiter. Okay,
well, that's good to know. I mean, everybody has their favorite, but yeah, I just want us to go out and celebrate our locals. They really, do a lot of work to prepare.
I know good when I taste it.
Yeah.
I know good bacon when I taste it. My mother was the #1 in Brac on bacon, and I had a named Romella. She was the #1 when it come on cooking. She used to feed all the soldiers and all the commandant, like the sergeants and all that.
There we go.
We used to call her Mel, but she could have cooked, so we named Romella.
Right.
But
all right, my sweet.
On the Reunion cooking, that no Spanish food, neither that was Banacan, that was Creole from Banacan, the island. No Spaniard, no hard bean, no tortilla.
There we go, my love. Thank you so much. Leave us there.
And I hope you enjoy.
I will my best. I will do my best. Thank you so much. Well, to you, my loyal friends and family here on the Sabrina Speaks, keep reading, keep writing, keep showing up for each other. And it has been my pleasure. It has really been my pleasure. Please be safe on the road as well. And extra safe this weekend because we know a lot of people will be out. It has been a pleasure to bring you this Wind Down Friday. Until next time, which will be on Tuesday. Stay grounded, stay curious, and remember to stay kind. Until Tuesday, have a safe and fabulous long weekend. Love you lots. Take care. That's a wrap for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks. Thank you for tuning in and for being part of the conversation. Remember, the dialogue doesn't stop here. Stay engaged, stay informed, and most importantly, stay empowered. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m., same time, same place, right here on CMR TV and radio, where your voice matters and your truth is heard. Until then, Cayman, take care of yourself and each other.
That's it for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks, where your voice matters, your story counts, and your truth is always welcome. Join us weekdays from 5 until 6:30 p.m. right here on CMR TV as we dive into the topics that matter most to you. Catch the show live or on demand at cmrtv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram so you never miss a moment. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always speak your truth.